I want to ask you a question. Have you ever wanted to design your own cover art but didn't know how to? Well, this is how I designed my cover art. I hope this helps. I truly think that the most creative work comes out of limited budgets and limited resources. So let's dive in. First comes inspiration. Since I wanted to make a cover art for my EP and the vibe I wanted to go for was kind of villainous, I wanted my cover art to look exactly like this scene from Batman the Animated Series. Now what I really like about this scene is the fact that the streaks of light and dark look really complementary to how villainous the Joker looks in this. So if you can find a reference for something that fits your vision, I think it'll make life a lot simpler. Which brings me to the next step, which is problem solving. Now this is going to be very interesting because this is where you get to be creative. I had to shape light in a way that there'd be streaks of light and dark on my face and my body. And I did not have the money to buy a gobo extension for my light. So to fix all of these issues, I made this mount board cutout. The thing is, if you can see, this still will not give me streaks of light because I'm using a softbox. And the problem with that is it disperses the light too much. And if I use it without the softbox, the light will be all over the place. It'll spread everywhere. So I had to find a way to make my light directional, but for like zero cost. So, here comes innovation number 2. I made a spotlight. So this is a reflector that I got with the light. So what I did is I have some aluminum foil taped onto the side, and then I have a takeaway box that I've cut a circular hole out of, if you can see. Wait, can you see? I don't know. Yeah, you can, I'm sure. That, and I taped it, and it looks exactly like a spotlight. So now I faced my final challenge. I had a cutout and I had the spotlight. So all I had to do was make sure that I put the two together in a particular angle so that I get those rays. But the problem was I had nothing to hold the mount board on. So I had to kind of get crafty there as well. What I did is I took this lanyard that I got with my DJI camera, and it's magnetic. So you can see it snaps, right? I hung it on this mic stand, and then I clipped the second piece onto the mount board like this, and now it hangs. So I'll show you the final installation. So this is what the final installation looked like. So once this monstrosity was created, I could just hang it in front of the spotlight, and that did it. But to be honest, this process was really difficult. I spent a lot of time trying to get the angle right, but once I did, it was fine. It was great. I also wanted like a red light shining from the left side of my face just to give it more of that eerie vibe. But then ultimately, when I was doing the edit, I kind of realized that that was pointless, but it still looks good in the normal picture. So now all I had to do was get that on camera. I set the frame and I clicked the picture. I used my phone. I mean, I can connect my camera to my phone, but if you're using a phone, you can use a timer. I wanted my cover art to look a certain way. I wanted to look aged. I had a real vinyl cover, so I kind of wanted to see if I could replicate that kind of texture. I went on to YouTube and I honestly spent days looking at tutorials. But also I kind of figured that the color scheme I was inspired by was purple yellow-ish, and that was the exact color scheme of the Joker, so it just worked out really well. I added the grains, I added the gradient and the typography, I added the overlays for the paper texture. So I took my final image, I cut it out in a way where it looks like my head is popping out of the frame. This is a motion blur effect, you can look it up. And then I added other elements that I'm not gonna go into detail about. Finally, I wanted to leave some negative space. This looked really good in my opinion. I tried filling it up, but that just didn't work for me. And voila. So that's how I made the cover art for One Bad Day. I just want to be able to keep doing these videos because I really enjoy them and I really like having people see my process. So if the video helped you, please like the video, please subscribe to my channel. It'll really help. Definitely. Yeah.